5 and 6-year-olds, they typically have a hard time retaining beyond 3 commands, remembering a large amount of information at once, processing order beyond 3 commands. You guys, who teaches in a basic skills class? We do those memory games where we'll say something like, try this with your 5 and 6-year-olds next week, okay? And you go, high block, punch, front kick, and they can do it, right? And then you go, okay, let's see, high block, punch, front kick, side kick. And they go, high block, punch, round kick. And you're like, I didn't even say round kick. You ever done that before? Where they don't even do the move that you said? They just pull one of the moves out of the air. Raise your hand if you've had that happen before. It's because what they're thinking is they get confused with processing order, and they're like, I know there's a high block, I know there's a punch, and there's a kick, so I'm just going to pick any kick, the first kick that pops up in my head, and hopefully I get it right. You ever have them do a form and they throw moves in there that you're like, no, dude, we've never done that in class, right? They just pick a move because they get overwhelmed with processing the information. Something in their brain was stored, the jump kick, and they just throw it out there, hoping they get it right. That's their intellectual stage of development. Okay, so same thing with coordination, right? You tell all your 5 and 6-year-olds, all right, I want everybody to step back with their right leg, hands up. And you got half of them with their left leg and half of them with their right leg. Have that happen before? Yes? Or you say, all right, I want everybody to kick with their right leg. Half of them kick with the right, half of them kick with their left. And you're like, this is my right hand, this is my left hand, everybody kick with the right. Makes sense. They have a hard time when you start going, let me see, right kick, left karate chop. It's not part of their stage of development. So that's why coordination is one of our skills. So that's why we're doing things like left punch, left kick, right kick. And when you do these, should you be doing mirror image, or should you be doing holding up your right hand and having them punch your right mitt? Just guess. A lot of people say mirror image. And it helps them to do it at that time, but it doesn't help them process the information. It should be crossing the lateral plane. As a matter of fact, I got this from going to an occupational therapist who specializes in children with autism spectrum disorder. And one of the things they do is they have them crossing over the lateral plane. And when you do that, you synchronize your left and right hemisphere of the brain, and it helps them build those new neural connections that understand the difference between not only your lateral plane, but your horizontal, what's it called? Transverse plane as well. So that's why things like right punch, left kick are powerful for their intellectual development, not just learning how to kick, but also helping unite the left and right hemisphere of the brain. Noah, you had a question?
Yeah, do you remember when you were helping me with my nunchuck major? Mm-hmm. We were practicing, and then we went yup, and then when it came time to do it together, I did everything opposite you did.
Yes, yep, I remember that. And you were one of them that you had a hard time processing information. Yep. All the way up until black belt. You struggled with forms, and you struggled with weapons because of processing information. And now you're an awesome 4th degree black belt who's like one of the best sword and nunchuck people that there is. And you were one of the ones where I used to say, it's part of Noah's stage of development. He's gonna get better. Yes, Caitlin?
You recommend that for the 3 and 4-year-olds too?
Yes. Yes. They're gonna struggle with it. So the expectation is for them not to be able to do it. And if they can't, then go to mirror image for 3 and 4-year-olds. And that's okay as well. So you can say, all right, let's try this, and say, okay, we'll get to that point. Let's go back to the mirror image for 3 and 4-year-olds. So understanding that when you're working with 3 and 4-year-olds, the question is, mirror image for 3 and 4-year-olds is going to be expected, but try to see where they are. If you can get the 3 and 4-year-old to cross the lateral plane and the transverse plane, then what are you doing to the parents? Above their intellectual stage of development for understanding how to cross the lateral and transverse plane. This is really powerful stuff. And you can get into the story that I just said. This is what occupational therapists use for children who have spectrum disorder to help them build those new neural connectors. It's a very powerful way of showing the value of martial arts beyond just kicking and punching. That's why I said this is not a martial arts school. This is a child development facility. We just use martial arts as our vehicle to help them become a better version of themselves. All right, so goals for 5 and 6-year-olds: demonstrate good focus by processing a large amount of information at one time, demonstrating good memory by retaining 3 or more commands at one time. The memory graduation requirement for 5 and 6-year-olds is a 9-move form. Demonstrating good coordination by performing various left and right commands with a variety of different strikes, kicks, and combinations.